Hello, hello, hello. It's Neil, Clever Property Investing again, and it's been a while since I posted a video. I have recently had a bit of fun with the Financial Times at the weekend. They asked me to comment on buy to let, or they called it, or is it buy to lose? And my thoughts and feelings about the buy to let market and what they feel. Their article was aimed really, there was an awful lot of what I'd say negative stuff. So they were saying things like with all the tax changes, with the rules about property and the certain things about the energy performance certificates, about not having being able to offset your interest against your income if you buy it in a personal name, possibly using limited companies, whether or not with all these kind of changes in the interest rates and also with the new tenant rules that are coming in place, possibly in July, are landlords actually making any money? Are they actually wanting to be involved in property anymore? Are they selling? What's going on? And effectively, they pointed out that 1 in 5 landlords are selling their properties now or planning to sell them in the next 3 to 4 years because of all the changes that are coming in. Now, 1 in 5 isn't massive. What's that, 20%? And that's probably just the normal turnover, I would have thought. And the reality is, in any business, in any industry, there's always changes. There's always new rules and new legislation coming in, which you as a business owner, and that's exactly what you are when you're investing in property, you're becoming a professional business owner, and you must adapt and change towards any of these legislations and incorporate them in whatever you're doing. So yes, the tax rules did change, but there are other ways to invest in property that you can now still utilize tax to your benefit or reduce it. You can't get rid of tax completely, and you shouldn't really be aiming to totally get rid of tax completely because that's not really the best way to behave anyway. But you've got new rules coming in for energy performance certificates. Well, yes, that came in before. And there are lots of things that you can do, or you can change, or you can adapt to make sure that your property still falls into those correct limits and that you are technically still making good money on the income and the rents that you generate. On the subject of the new tenancy rules that are coming in, I think on the whole, a lot of them are actually pretty good because there's a whole media frenzy around getting rid of Section 21, which is your no fault eviction, as they call it. Means you can evict a tenant within for 2 months' notice without giving them any real reason. Well, I actually think from a tenant's point of view, if you look from the tenant's point of view, that why why wouldn't you give them more notice than 2 months? Because let's face it, if you're a family, maybe you've got children, maybe you've got special needs, maybe you've got certain adaptations in the property that you need to have to help you. 2 months is not a lot of time to find a new property. So I think the new rules are they're playing with the idea of maybe 3 or 4 months. They're also saying that you probably have to give a reasonable reason. Now, why not? I mean, why not give a good reason? If your property is renting out, you've got good tenants and it's earning you money, the amount of money that you want to earn, that you've done your figures on, then why not let it carry on being rented until your circumstances change? If your circumstances change and you have to sell it, then that's within the rules. There's the new rules that are coming out. And of course, there's always the rules and the laws that should your tenants break the rules and the laws of your tenancy agreement, then you can evict them fairly quickly. Now they're extending the time scale on that from possibly 2 weeks to going to court, applying to court, to maybe 3 weeks going to court. Again, nothing's set in stone, but I don't see any problems with any of these. In fact, in other parts of the country, Wales and Scotland, they already have these kind of rules in place. And as long as you understand those rules and you set up your tenancy and you buy the property correctly, you do the correct research, learn how to do it properly, have someone to help you, then you should be absolutely fine. And there's no reason why you shouldn't invest in property. And that was my response to the FT's um, request for feedback or for comments from landlords at the weekend. And they actually posted a little bit of what I said in there. So that's really good to see that they are listening and they are putting a good story together. It's Neil from Clever Property Investing. If you still want to get involved in property, because why wouldn't you? Let's face it, it's brilliant. Then give me a call or drop me an email, drop me a message, whatever, and we can have a chat and see if this works for you and if you can do it and how you can do it, because you can do it if you really want to. Take care.